All right, welcome back. For my first segment here, you can read the screen. It's 10 women that I could beat up. Not that I want to. I want to make that very clear right off the bat. This is not a threat. This is not any sort of hit list of like, here's the top 10 women that I want to. I don't want to. I don't want to do this. God forbid it ever comes to blows with any of these women. I just want to make it clear. This is more of like a factual list. Like, I could do it, but I'm not going to. Again, let me get that out of the way before the lawyers come at me. Obviously, all these women here are, they might be highly connected, and the last thing I need is a lawsuit. Yeah, just quit my job. But I've had these conversations at work, more blue-collar work, so it's always like big, tough guys, and I'm always surprised about what they say, because I'll bring up, in this age of feminism and sexism and just being any isms, being afraid to say anything. If I'm like, hey, men are generally stronger than women, and they go, I don't know if you can say that. I'm like, oh, I thought we were on the same page. I mean, if you want to go into like the wage gap or, if a woman should be president, let's have that conversation. But how are we not on the same page here that I could beat up a woman? So I want to make a not cognitive, what's the word? Whatever. A list of the women I could beat up. And there's probably plenty more that could go on this list, but I narrowed it down to 10. And like I said, it's not the top 10. That makes it sound like I want to go do this. So without any further ado, let's get into it here. 1 second. I'm going to have to play along with the mouse to show you. First up, we have Ariana Grande. You know her from Nickelodeon and then from painting herself brown and becoming a pop star. She licked all those donuts that time. I don't even want to say that because it makes it sound like I have a motive. But let's just be honest. I put her at the end of the list because this one's kind of like, okay, we're on the same page, right? Like, there's no question. She's real skinny. She killed Mac Miller, and she broke up with David Peterson for having butthole eyes. 1 second. So that's the 10th woman on my list, Ariana Grande. I don't even want to say look out. If I see you on the street, I'm gonna say hello and get a photo with you. I'm not gonna hurt you, but I could. Number 9 is YouTube sensation, now a fashionista, Ela Klein. She served in the IDF in Israel. So certainly if we were in a gunfight, she'd probably kill me. I have no experience with being a soldier. But this isn't a gunfight. This is more of like fisticuffs kind of situation. Like if I had boxing gloves on and she wanted to have a fair fight, it wouldn't be that fair. It'd be over really quick. And at least with that one, a lot of people might be upset at this list. I hope not. I hope it's clear what I'm doing. It's just facts. But at least I have the Palestinians on my side with that one. What do we got here? Number 8 is Margaret Thatcher. She was the prime minister, female prime minister, I think, in the 80s of Britain, over in England. A lot of people hate her, so I don't think that one should be too offensive either. I don't want to put age into this. This is just the first picture that I saw of her. Obviously, I could beat up a 90-year-old man. I could beat up a 90-year-old Mike Tyson. I don't think there's any question about that. But Margaret Thatcher is on my list of notable women that I could take down, grappling or wrestling or whatever. I don't really want to punch these women, and don't make it sound like I would go right for the face. I mean, you don't have to punch someone in the face to beat them up. Like, you could get her in the rib or even just like in the kidney, and it's fight over. So, and I'm sure, I mean, it should go without saying with all these women, they could get a couple good hits in on me. I just think I could take them. What was that? So number 7 now is Diane Waterford. She's my old high school lunch lady. She would always screw up my order, and well, again, I don't want to give a motive here. It makes it sound really bad. Let's not get into any backstories with any of this. But it's not this lady. She was really nice. She's kind of hot. I don't actually know that. It's this one right here. This is the lady that I could beat up. I mean, it's obvious I could take her down. This is I don't know where to point my finger. This is a little girl, so maybe I'll blur her face out or something. I don't want anything to do with that girl. But the Diane Waterford in the back, she used to be the crossing guard at the end of the day for when the buses went out and stuff. And anyway, that's a little backstory. But I could take her down. Not all these are going to be celebrities, by the way. So there's my old lunch lady. What number are we on? I honestly can't remember. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6. This is Sydney Sweeney. Don't worry, sugar. I would never in a million years, I can't say it enough, try to hurt you. I would never want to hurt you, Sydney. If I see you on the street, I mean, I might propose. You don't even know me. I would propose to you on the spot. The last thing I would do is hurt you. But I could. Number 5 is Erin Moriarty. She's that girl from The Boys that destroyed her face. I think she looks good, by the way. I'm not fooled thinking that she didn't get plastic surgery, but I think she looks all right. We'll see how she ages in 20 years. And that actually might be a benefit to her. Again, like I said, I wouldn't punch any of these women in the face, or I certainly wouldn't. That wouldn't be my first move. But she's got all like the fillers and all this stuff in. I mean, if anyone could take a punch to the face, it'd probably be her. And let's not kid ourselves here. She plays a superhero on TV, not in real life. So I don't expect any like lasers to come out of her eyeballs or anything. It'd be over pretty quick. Number 4 is Lisa Kudrow from Friends. Phoebe, she's done a lot of other stuff I don't remember because I haven't watched it. But again, the age has nothing to do with this. I could take her at any time, Prime, Phoebe, or even now. And what is she, like 60? I could take her down. But she seems very funny. She knows how to play the guitar, or at least she did on the show. So that's kind of cool. Maybe we'd bond over that. But if it came down to it, I don't think she'd stand a chance even after one round with me. Number 2 is number 3, sorry, I don't want to get ahead of myself here. Hillary Clinton. Again, I have no motives, but I feel like if I had a motive, this would be the only one. Like, she just scares me. I'd feel like this would be more out of self-defense. All of them would be out of self-defense if I ever got in a fight. I certainly wouldn't start one, but I have a feeling that out of these 10 women, Hillary would be the one to try to start something. She's very scary. I think she's killed people. She ran for president, so that's another thing I would have to worry about is like the Secret Service, like what would really logistically happen if I went after her? I don't know. I don't know if I could fight all the Secret Service, but if we were in a room together and, something happened where we had to fight, even if this is all consensual fighting, by the way. Let me make that very clear. We're both on the same page, me and all these women, of like, okay, let's see who can win. It's kind of a joke. It's more of a joke, really. I wouldn't attack any of these women, but Hillary Clinton, I'm scared of. And I think that would kind of help, is because I'm so scared of what she would do if she stayed, in one piece. I would have to really take her on. Number 2 is Amy Schumer. I didn't know what picture to use of her because she's changed sizes so much throughout the years. Young Amy Schumer might put up more of a fight. She just seems more like into it. Sorry, I was going to cry there. I got really scared of girls fighting me. She just seems like she's more... flexible, dynamic when she was young, and she would definitely come at me. She might beat me in a verbal war, right? She's funny, she's quick, she could take me down emotionally, psychologically, but if I put on headphones and went to town, I really think I would come out on top. But number 1 here, number 1 woman I could beat up, that's right, Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey, don't be fooled that this is a woman in the UFC. This is her in a movie, and now she's in the WWE or whatever. I think she was on an episode of iCarly or Victorious or something. Don't be fooled by her celebrity and her, like, she got famous for fighting. She's a girl, guys. Let's cut the crap here. I could take her down. She might be more like, she knows all the ins and outs of, like, how to take them down, grab them by the Achilles and scare them, but I really think if you gave me enough time, I could take her down. And that's where this all started. Every time you say something about, like, hey, I could beat up a girl. Oh, really? Could you beat up Ronda Rousey? That's everyone's first response. First of all, even if she could beat me up, it's weird that everyone's first response is the same one person. So there's 4.5 billion women on Earth, and you can name one that is your go-to of beating me up. For multiple people say, oh, Ronda Rousey. So that doesn't look good for women, by the way. You're actually being a sexist by only having one in mind that could kick my ass. And like I said, I don't even believe you. I think I could kick her ass. I've thought about it a lot. I know what I would do. I'm not going to share it because it makes it sound like I put any thought into this in terms of fighting her. And I haven't. I don't want to be arrested or whatever. But yes, I could kick Ronda Rousey's ass, and you could too, guys. Don't be scared of these people. Of these women, of these, guys that are feminists that are telling you, like, you better be careful who you mess with. She might take you down. Like I said, I never in a million years would go out of my way to hurt a woman. I love women. I came from a woman. I have a family full of women, multiple women. I would never hurt them in a million years. I'm just saying, factually, I could do this. But no, I don't want to. So there you go.